the size of the shopping area. True or false? But the ECOG, when they get a raw shop, no provision for a bag. Can the orchard design every Christmas for Luchi that main market died to a point that Keke Napep could not pack. Then you know, then as I'm not people and once the customers are that this Keke gets it up that or pack cannot be welcome. The also here is called and wool. Of course, wool, iron, which is here with an eye that we must restore law and order. Then market, I give back life into it. It has to. Otherwise, forget it. One boy Jerry came also. So the 5. We've designed them, we're building them. The Aerotropolis is ongoing. They put a brand new airport is ongoing. And we expect that by the end of next year, before December of next year, something can land at the airport, which is going to be at the heart of Igbo land. The Igbo, and that equidistant to all parts of Igbo land, the heart of Igbo land. New city, new market, new if I imagine. Anambra is getting fully built up. In the next 10 years, let me remind you, dear friends, Anambra has the second smallest landmass after Lagos. Lagos is increasing by reclaiming the ocean. Anambra is shrinking due to gully erosion. We are the gully erosion capital of the world. And you guess what? We have the second highest population density per square kilometer. Lagos. Everywhere. And there will be about 38 to 40 million people living in that tiny piece of land. By then you need at least three airports to serve that population in the next 45 years. But guess what? In the next 10 years, everywhere would have a good bad. And it will no longer be possible. The people here plan these cities, Heathrow, Mebaka, future terminals. They planned them hundreds of years ago. All on a band, like our is government. Which and we've decided this is the moment. If we don't do it now, then forget it. We have to secure that future for our great-great-grandchildren. That's why the new one is up at about 9 million people now resident in Anambra, and we're securing the future in a very strategic manner. And I want to say to you, one thing I want you to keep in mind as you are watching all of this, and I can see this is uncirculated. You'll be able to take the back road at the back, isn't it? So this thing was circulated at the 4th anniversary and the swearing in. You'll get all of this, and you will get the section on next steps, the next big steps where we're headed to. So you will get all of those there. If you scan the barcode, it will be your phone. You can play with it anywhere you want, put it in your laptop, and you can see what's been done. Snippets of what happened in the last 4 years, and some snippets about the next big steps. But I must appreciate all of you, because your support has been massive. Support of the Anambra. It was massive. I'm so humbled by this. We set out to try an experiment, a hypothesis. I come from the academia. We test hypothesis. And I came and said, I wanted to test a hypothesis. In the political terrain, there are 2 T's that are in contention. transactions versus transformation. Our politics is dominated by transactions. The so-called stomach and we set out to say, you know what? Let's try something. I told my team at our retreat, I wanted to test the hypothesis whether politics of transformation, politics of development, when you give value to the people, capital and support. That's how we started the administration. You are coming to me to say, give me this one. You are talking to the wood. Because I paid no attention. The resources are very little. Relative to the past, in the last 4 years, we haven't borrowed a cover from any commercial bank, and yet the value we have delivered multiples of what those who spent 8 years have been able to do. I will say to our people, there is none to share. Every cover, my inaugural speech, when I was sworn in on the 17th of March 2022, I did say to the Anambra that every cover you put in our hands will show you the value for it. And that's what we set out to do. Not appointing thousands of people, ESA, SSA, and so on. Appointments of people doing nothing, just to collect money. Said zero. We're not going to do it. We're going to give you an appointment. You've got to tell me what problems you'll solve for the Anambra. When you wake up in the morning, from 8 to 9, what will you do? 9 to 10, yes. 10 to 11. You have to account for each hour. 8 hours a day, what value? If I collect this money from the Nanya Keke, well, what will you, if I put them in your face, what will you tell them will be the value you are delivering to them? I will say no. The kind of political appointments that were done in the past, we say, well, we're not doing that. I say, hey, politics, I would rather use those resources to employ 8,115 teachers competitively and ended the era of schools without teachers. Meanwhile, in comparison, in the past, there were regimes that even spent 8 years that didn't have up to 8,000 teachers in the entire primary and secondary system. We recruited within the first 15 months. Rather than use it to give people appointments to doing nothing, use it to have teachers that will create value. We went on to implement free education. Truly free education in all public schools. So that, and then free antenatal, free delivery. And we declared a state of emergency on our roads. That in 4 years we've delivered more kilometers of roads at a quality Anambra has never seen in its history than anyone had ever done, even in 8 years. Connecting all parts of Anambra. So that after in less than 3 years, they had already the 3 senatorial zones simultaneously crowned, and then there was a new title. I like to call the original, my original one, Odedi Bagata and Orumba. And I pass there no all what to him. Man, when on the fear war. Now, it began to resonate. You understand? And when we campaigned, it was a campaign like no other. And I want to appreciate the Anambra. You broke history in Nigeria and in Africa. And that's the way that you showed us. You showed us that the hypothesis we set out to test, that something was happening. For the first time, the people took over the campaign. The communities took over the campaigns. Individuals took over the campaigns. I will go to communities. They will organize the rallies by themselves and then give you check. It was a matter of a crowd. You must be careful. Where my they were serious. Ngabo found a rally. Thank you very much to support your campaign. I won't tell you how much. If I am I won't mess up MC, and I can tell you, in the Anambra, I must say, I think Bishop Kuka, when he visited, they were coming on this signing of agreement, peace agreement among the contestants. Because if you come to the lighthouse now, you see the dummy checks lined up on the hallways. And he suggested that we should do a documentary on this because this is new, this is different. That the people took ownership. People took ownership. They didn't just take ownership of the campaign and this funding. They showed it on November 8th. Because all we were saying was, no, rigging, don't anything. Just let the people cast the votes. Let the people vote. And in the history of the state, this is the third time since 1999 that a governor has been re-elected for a second term. And yes, the third time is happening. The first was my two previous predecessors, Peter B, who was re-elected in 2010 with 31% of the votes, 97,000 votes. The second one was Chief William Biano, who was re-elected in 2017 with, I think, 246,000 votes and 56% of the votes, 56% of the votes. And the third, 2025, November, guess what? The total number of votes is actually a little bit, I think what they put out there is 423, a little bit over 423,000 votes out of 73% of the votes. 73% of our grade. Oh, and I'm rather the Kerala. We're an A state, and you made a very forceful A statement with that election. Election like no other. Election like no other. We feel deeply humbled by that massive support. That was for us a validation of that hypothesis that we set out. You said you proved that when people receive value, when we were campaigning, we're not campaigning the ordinary. I was going into the markets to see those women whom you will never see in the rallies. And you come in there and you see the frenzy. And people, some of them rolling what they had to give you. Thank you. My sister just delivered 2 weeks ago and through cesarean. I didn't pay a dime. Thank you. I now only dress up my children and send them to school. No comment. Thank you. The schools now have good teachers. Thank you. I go to hospital. They are now doctors. And by the way, what I also show here is that the patronage of private and public hospitals has flipped. When we assumed office, only about 26% patronized public hospitals. Now it's the other way, it's about 74%. About 74%. Plus we recruited over 1,300 and something medical personnel and put in our public hospitals, refurbish them. We built 5 brand new general hospitals, all of them in the North Senatorial Zone. That's the zone with the greatest need. refurbished several others, and a world-class trauma center. But bido carry bido. So I want to appreciate you, dear Anambra, for this massive support, and to tell you, so come, the Anambra, let's build that new Anambra. Makana to go a mistake in the Anambra. Because each of us, you know, I bless you this way, I bless you that way, I bless you, I bless you, I bless you. How did you use all this to leave that place better than you met it? I'm sure each of us has here. So if you look at it now, whether you are on a podcast, my own, if I apply for this job, on the way when or my own podcast can not, at least you know what I say, I have 9 and my one at the island. I'm a diva, come on. Think very well. It's easy about think as a man. Think the key. I'm not no guitar, but I know me okay man. Guitar, organ poses a mask of me, but funny. Man organ there. I try to cleanse and anyway. So when you're on the event here, I'm a thank you. No, on the event here. When I see this agenda will a deadline, but then will a destination. One state, one people, one agenda. And the next big step, the big, is consolidation, acceleration, and sustainability. We're trying to build to last. Building to last. And the new cities, the rail master plan, the this and that and that. I am on acceleration mode, gear 4. But there is only so much. Because we're now 3 years and 11 months. I'm counting down. Counting down on efforts in overall again. Okay. So I'm finishing I went on my own. Our urban regeneration program, we accelerated. I was going to look at the 4 new cities, the industrial city. But I want to tell you one thing. For those of you who are interested in coming to build, the industrial city and the aerotropolis, the President, Commander-in-Chief for the Federal Republic of Nigeria, has graciously. And I want to think that this was the fastest approval I have ever seen in public sector. Because on the 11th of February, I met him with a number of things. And one of them was a letter requesting for him to designate the Anambra Mixed Industrial City and the Aerotropolis as an economic free trade zone. That was one that I handed over to him, and that was about 2-3 p.m. that day. Guess what? That letter, that request was approved the same day. The transmission, that is, he sent people back to confirm that the President has approved it, with a copy to the Minister of Trade and Investment. The transmission was also communicated back the same day. That place is now designated as an economic free trade zone. It's an economic free trade zone. The road dualization is also passing through there. And we are connected and build a massive new city in the hinterland. Because much of our other cities are at the periphery. You can't expand main market, otherwise you're into the river either. Main market is 25 hectares of land. You can't. Now for sustainability, 50, 100, 200 years to come, you have to go into the hinterland, where you can now expand. Otherwise, if all roads continue to crowd the few cities, then there will not be, Oman is livable in the next few decades. It's not even livable now. In fact, I tease my brothers and sisters from our nation. I tease them that the clearest example that our nation died, the biggest city in the southeast, died. But where the Onitsha indigenes of Onitsha, Garapuzi Onitsha, Jala Asaba, as Obodo Igbo Kifan. Okay? As their own, how do you call it? Ija abroad, it was Ija abroad. Across the river, yeah, but some of them coincidentally walk in Oka. So when you believe in Asaba, Chifo, or Asaba, Batonija, Buffalo, yeah, okay. Almost here, on Buffalo, Buffalo, Jabasaba. You don't need to prove to anybody else. It's a classic to prove that the place is no longer habitable. If the indigents don't find it habitable, or the case an indigenous population in Lagos, no, they believe now, Ogun. One has Ogun State, they believe. And I say, not about Lagos. No. Give all you know now about also a bad night. I will say only look at the Billy. And that's why we are taking the regeneration of our nation very seriously. We must bring back life into that city. We must bring back life into it. Even the Transinkesi, that is an extension, we're building a major boulevard there as an illustration. The dualization in Metre heading to Otuacha. The first phase of it, about 8 kilometers, to open up that area. I understand now a whole number of our people from Asaba are beginning now to come back. The dry bones will rise again. Onitsha will rise again. Newe will rise again. Yes. Newe will rise again. Because Jim Wabro, about 1981 or 82, designated 4 places in the current Anambra State as urban centers. And there were Oka, Onitsha, Newe, and the Gloria. Okay? Now, Newe. Which is the story about Newe, which is, for those of you from Newe, it's a very interesting thing. The phenomenon of what we are trying to do to regenerate Anambra and Anigbo is built on what I call the Newe philosophical foundation of home consciousness. After the Civil War, in my view, there were 2 major things that brought back Igbo very quickly into the mainstream of Nigeria. Number 1, economic transport. And number 2, Rangers International football. brought back our people, with his transport network, took back and by across the entire length and breadth of Nigeria. But we did something very fascinating. This thing home consciousness, will become a deliberate, it was oriented on the Bunali name. Well, here, another name where covers the visa. The Marcia was saying, no, but I can't take them back. Here, they will wait to have the other. Now, motorbikes, and so on and so forth. Fatobata, how they clear in Lagos, blew the container, not an name. He gets Lagos, better name, Burubia, Chiapas and Lagos. Soon, the massive Ofia the Boeba, one day will began, and so on. Among people from my village in the Samasi, they just one day, because it became the place to be. And sooner or later, a new city was sprawling. The then famous or infamous New Japan of Africa was imagined. But guess what? We were developing, a new Japan was imagined, but still with the indigenous still thinking of in terms of their villages. So there was a clash of the village. They couldn't still see Nnewi now as a new city. They're still seeing it as my village. So when you look at River, no town planning, no River, when you're Nakota. When you want to go, what's your child and here? Today, there is no single place where the entire city can gather together that is not a church compound or a school compound. There is no city that way. It can only be a ghetto. But the way we say it, and I am glad that a lot of Nnewi stakeholders are coming on board in this regard, because I have met with quite a number. I think there is a renewed interest now that we're all going to work together to breathe life back into the Nnewi will have to rise. We're not going to finish everything in the next 3 years plus, but we will lay the landmarks. We'll be able to point the directions. Walk. Almost where you your own bigger you're not going to put any name for bigger for the both for Kenya. Then I look the long one as then I walk back. So at least how much of it was that I went to point out and I become what they better? Guy Maxwell another government will continue. The next 1,000 years, if I can get be the world. And I'm going to open this up to questions and interaction. That is supposed to be an interactive session. But let me make a few. I want to respond to that so that we don't waste time to that. Okay? I think I probably said that last year. You will go in Anambra way. Ban one local government to lobby law. You will not finish
600 roads. Even were 2% of them. The flag off. We are suffering from that till date. You know how? Because if flag off, contractor will go and the next rainy season, flood and their erosion and will make it all everywhere. Governor calls an advertisement on an governor calls all ward to go the road. Him and our ward are global in the Igbo ward. All ward. All ward. Governor, all ward there. All ward there. What are ward? Not ward. What they go for ward there? They say, why is there just a lawyer? That's about ward there. How ward there? No, we don't intend to lawyer. I say before I say yes, I must be sure how it will be funded. If I am not sure about the funding, I don't have any commitment. For instance, now, I'm not going to say about politics. No, for them, what? When I say you get guys, I also back always yourself you can do my give because they are not the one getting right. What's all of that movement? I don't remember politics. Much of one media anyway. What they the man say a chat and so I don't have to remember what I lied to you about yesterday. Because the answer will be yes, okay, I will continue to be yes. And when I say yes, you can see it down. But I'm not going to play the politics that we see here. So, if we are going to talk about those, I want to assure you, we already know about them. Because our mayors in the 21 local government are bringing these roads to our attention. We have councillors in the 326 wards. They are bringing these roads to our attention. It will go everywhere. Manner, one step, especially measured step at a time. And we will get there. We will get there. So, when any further clarifications I get them.
Okay. Nico, ask you for just how many minutes? How many minutes? Okay. You will be I don't pay God's right. Because one out to believe here. Governor, I will be your face. I can't go there direct. Okay. All right. Okay, sir. Let's start.
My name is Victor Njana. I'm from Excellency. And I set up existing protocols. Excellency, really impressed me. I'll ask my question, but let me start by saying that for the first time, I know where my money is going. Every time I'm a best one like that. If it's possible, then we're doing. I want to pay my taxes in Anambra. Although I'm not working in Anambra, I'm ready to do it because of what I've seen here today. My main interest is on the railway line system. Only 1 kilometer here now. or 2 before I now in 3 years' time. I'm very, very happy. Over to our question.
Your Excellency, my name is Simon Omadekwe, Vice Chairman of Zobo Development Union. Can you remember what the margin told in the defense Makielu for a Akuliona initiative? As soon as verifying no. Another one no every year. 2 months at least. So 1 month, you are not doing that. 1 month, then when experience here not doing. Now, you can't go now doing. Now, one the neck again. No one way now. That's the same. I would answer. Keep up. We are poor. No basically in the north. Mama, no one can know here. Give me to one is you. They are actually fighting in Melbourne. I can never like in I was saying you the Kumori, a bite of Makuaka. So I like to Makuaka, but the other side power supply. And we can have cities or party. When I plant my villages, everywhere industries, we walk my HMI Bahaka. Country of Man, came in a state independent projects. Also, one of the very good I will like no, and no matter from our state, no one lack if you capacity fund may improve. So the key why a government to the about independent state power project. Maka onye ọzọ mana last year no ọkụ mana ọzọ and when maka first station sent down from mana egosi ihe mfọdụ itu ihe ka ọ bụ na-enwere ya mgbe na-ayọ can you see at least 1 to 2 fire stations ka ọ dị na 1 local government at least 1 to 2 nke ịnọ international airport and seaport all be very important. Yet Lagos direct the US link flight from Europe and US to Anambra State because they all pay for that.
Your Excellency, members of the Executive Council, my name is Kazuka Otuadema. I'm from Ogo, and I'm presenting today Ogo Patriots, UK, under the chairmanship of my brother here, Okechukwu Kafo. And I have 2 other men presenting today, okay, and Ray. My Excellency, before I came here today, I spoke with the current senator of my town, Senator Emma Wachukwu. And I told my brother there's something we want to ask our governor. Can we go ahead? He said yes, go ahead. After I tell you what I wanted to ask. So my first, not question actually, but what I want to look into for people of Hope. Yeah, many people may not know was the headquarters of Lagos South, and it's situated inside the link to many towns and to other states, like Imo State, Abia State. We don't have links to this place. We have a lot of rivers that surrounded us, and these rivers they all need bridge to cross, but we don't have that bridge. There is one important bridge that my forefathers erected, but that bridge has collapsed.
And that bridge, when I was schooling at university at Owerri, we need to go straight to go to Owerri. That bridge is called the Olasik Bridge. Please, Your Excellency, look into this. You cannot do everything. Your room is not in the day. And I'm impressed with all that you've been doing, just to take notice of that. Secondly, electricity is not in local. And this also impedes the security system you're putting on board. And finally, the third one. Your Excellency, we need some kind of upliftment to make sure that security in local is also looked into. Because these guns are being given to people who are not trained, and also the leaders beginning to play the kind of, I know this person, I will not charge. So we look at training and actually accountability. Thank you.
Thank you very much. If you guys want us to take more questions, you go direct to the question. You don't have to start explaining things. And we've talked about electricity. Why electricity again? Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, my question is very simple. If you can remember last year when you were here, there is a man who was very furious. He got some money from people here in UK to buy some land in Oka. So he was deceived by people who shouldn't sell land to the person. So my question is this. People like us are into real estate, and we are in Nigeria and we are here. Do you have any plan? My name is Michael of Onyarubukambo. So do you have any plan to partner with some of us who are into real estate and facilitation of foreign direct investment already, so that we can bring people to invest in Anambra? Thank you.
My name is Dr. Chris Adaka from OBS. His Excellency, on behalf of ABGA UK, Orumba community, North and South, and of course, Sobo community, we welcome you to the UK. My question is, we have a lot of youths here in the UK. Anambra from Anambra parents. Like I have about 3 of them now with me, my boys, here. And they really want to go back to Nigeria. In as much as they want to please us as their parents, they need to have attraction from home that will lure them to come back to Nigeria, especially to Anambra State. And so, is there any possibility of creating a kind of youth forum down there in Nigeria that would enable these, our young lads, our boys and girls who have this interest to still come back to Nigeria? The other thing I need to, please just 1 second. From my hometown, we participated so heavily in this last election, in elective view. In fact, we have the highest number of percentage in terms of success compared to all the surrounding towns like Nanka, Ufuma, and so. Yes, I have my question. So now, in fact, what I'm trying to tell you is that Old Town is far more overdue for flyover, so to say. So the question I want to ask you is, sorry, ladies and gentlemen, we need a kind of more attention, please, to this stuff.
Thank you. No, please, we're moving this again. So,
my name is Solomon Okoye. I'm from Anambra State. Yes, and I am a member of IPOB United Kingdom. I'm here representing IPOB United Kingdom. So the question, Your Excellency, Governor, your security outfit to do Gashi, accusation by ETC, have allegedly become agent of intimidation and oppression, even killing and maiming, allegedly, innocent youth. What is your administration doing to reform these security agencies? Sir, we have noted that you hold anti-Biafra stance and tend to always rush to blame IPOBs from ESM for any security breach. This is worrying because we thought you were friendly to IPOB leader Mazen Nandekano. Are you willing to ask President Tinubu to immediately release Mazen Nandekano and other innocent Biafrans held in the various detention facilities and the torture camps across Nigeria? We have a short letter here to present to you. It is summary of our earnest request. Kindly give thoughts to its consent. We hope that you will find the courage to do the needful. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Sorry, just please, order in the house, please, order in the house.
My name is Nestor Machupu Uzongwa. My siblings and I welcome you, Professor Chukwuma Soludo Mwambafo, the Solution Governor of Anambra State, UK. We are from Nibo, Oka South Local Government Area, Nigeria. We are here today as the Oja Dance Troupe. We were originally booked to perform here today, but early this morning we received a text that this has been cancelled due to time and lack of budget. This in our view constitutes a breach of contract because we sacrificed our Easter holiday just to get ready for the performance today. If Anambra is so great that £250 is too much, we are happy to still showcase the dance to you at zero cost to Anambra State.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Excuse me. Thank you. The governor, please, order in the house. Order in the house, please. Order in the house, please. Order in the house. Please. Order in the house.
Who has this? Who is this for? Nobody's taking anybody away.
So please, just introduce yourself, go straight to the question, not more than 90 seconds. Otherwise, I will take the microphone. Please, just go straight to your question. Please.
Thank you very much. His Excellency, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, Mr. Governor, that will only be in Anambra State. I live in the Michael, Samai, when I called the Paris and Anambra and Kennedy, the UN.
Who are you?
So I posted.
Who is this for?
On his
Who is seaport as one of the regional coordinators. Population and collaboration with other states. That's important. And I have, yeah. You will go and do what I got to do. I thought I'm going to nature is well. Make a chief. Exactly. Thank you, Mr. Governor. Futuristic plan. If we are all over in with intention to sustainability, ATC, no can Anambra be sustainable. While I believe ATC can and our plans for sustainable leadership, model in ATC. Nkilasu, na minerals. Chukwu goes Anambra with solid minerals. It cannot be following him like ATC is Professor Philip when I refer as and these Bentonite and Kayaleen, we were working together and in wait months for 500 metric tons on a yearly basis. Manahasani Chobu can characterize these solid minerals, not even in the public domain. So now very, very good. But I want any proof in the public domain. I will network well with research with Westminster and Restream and London South Bank. Excuse me, very important, please. These quality in terms of the chemical order composition, morphology of these chemicals, and then also working in characterizing it, calling a public domain in conferences, so that we are not actually to obtain them. Will easily vote on, and in that we are now comparing them with the ones that are being produced in the Western world, so that it will be a link to noting that as a viable commodity to be exported to them.
Thank you very much. Please, we'll now pause for the governor. Please. We will now pause for a while and for the governor to respond to some of your questions. Because all the original question will go on and the people. All the children know what you're doing. So, Your Excellency.
Cheluka, Governor Sako, Emmanuel Nazo, chemical decomposition. Doing good on that. I'm also no longer at that.
Anambra bueno. Omala Guayna to Guayna. Guayna the campaign is in 2010 August. I said Anambra bueno to love man Jogo for Anambra bueno to love. Let me the questions in if we're not because don't stop destruction again. Now collect them all the stuff, collect all the questions. I wish I will sit and answer all. Can I answer more of that? all the important I collect all these views. I pipeline, now my office will segment them and will direct them to the relevant agencies. On my suggestions in their make. On my suggestion in their make. Better. Go to ask a question, even better to make a contribution. Are you hearing me? Because I be a guy to allo. Obia? So mumma bia ige unonte. I go on kind and when ke babo juganya e to. On ma kwena nke ga to allo e to. Like man now from Ozobo. On one day nwoke of Webu. Na for men ke ibe morphology man ka o you go ni na so ifo ni so ale some of us who I got for number the you were never so. But I did to me, I did to Nalurana upon one day in work of way was there. One day in work or you was what you put you or you was so Casimara, London, Biake, my money, I got the go I may be back or walk. Thank you very much. So, if I send the documents for on my suggestions that you need to make, you give us. I know I am making it, I am in here. And evaluate them. And I take suggestions very seriously. If you want them on a panel, 1, 2 a.m., 3 a.m., and I send the government forward all the involved. So let's pick them. We may not be able to respond to everything here today. Go to the line. Number 2, I work for the child from the IPA. Hey man, sometimes why not go out? One student listen there. I did not cram child if I questions. Just know if one young Kuzigato. Then question 1, question 2, question 3, question 4, question 5. Over on cam, man. Yeah, well, my for me, then they are their crown. I get it back. At least, all my own, India was. All my own, India. Get a car for the question 1, I also need their crown. Question 2 or so. Question 3 or so. If one can either ever number down or when you cause of the sale IPOB or if I either so Oburugi he would print the placard. So if any nine number I say number I say if I better I put a very formula. So thank you very much, sir. Let again my it's an interview and over take you up here. What they call also the meeting on that. They call over that. But they are much more covered. But they are meeting on that. And they one guy could be not to swim. Or to leave together secretary. Then, yeah, call land there. Or to leave together. To leave together. Look at that watch your hand, yeah. Secretary had the day the other work. I see that the Chenuka, I go my point down and age in Naka. I say, short. Yeah, the secretary, they're going to become. Secretary, you had to go to Kia. So, I nah, you could go non that's why I don't know what they are just say no. Let the other go. So, secretary, and let go get it. They get now. At least on Nakita, feel relieved. Yeah, Jago Megan, I told him. I told him, you know, year later, let that go get all go maga. I know on when they're there, belong to Maliba, Yapi and the Gam, a treaty. But if I get that, I'm getting Anambra. Or not even them. If I get you, getting Anambra. Anything else, it got Anambra about Anambra and how we move Anambra forward. Then I happen to be Onyenkuzi. It is out of point. Was that different, another subject altogether? And when you get to that point, when that becomes and I'm not shy, as one for Igbo, I'm Mujulu, tracing my history up to the 11th generation, I'm one for Igbo. I have my own view. But I get in Ghana, I need to get a little man. I need to get a little man. And the criminals, manding on account, manding on Eva. It's only when we got them out, believe more, and then I'm was again. Is on the rise. Number is on the rise. I don't want to get into that subject because it's a deep one. That let's get back to if I be an meeting. If I be an meeting, go Google it and I'm not. Well, and Arab is a Cambodia. That is clearly on a clean one. That's part of why we had to start. Criminals overtook our land. The manner of all manner of preachings and so on and so forth. No. I'm not going to find him a bit of one day sit at home. Where they go and they walk. Not a law of 4 days in a week. It's in a go to Oji Madna, no. And how do you expect investors to come down there? We get a factory, and all are now 4 days a week, and all are now 5. That's why factories were moving over across the river. Moving over to Ogun, moving over all over. They electricity shop, they move over. The harm done by many of these people will take more than a decade to repair. And God will help us. Thankfully, the Monday sit at home is over. It is over and has to be over for the sake of our children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. We can't go on this way. We can't. I don't want to get into this subject because sometimes it gets me. Forget that now. Also, Ludo, this one whoever. Also, Ludo, I didn't know that they came from Adam. I've met him only twice in my life. And those 2 times, now you are reminding me. What were your knowledge in the Nakuje prison? Everybody ran. All lead the delegation of Igbo who is who, including Pato Tommy from Andrews.
where Jeffrey and we'll call a press conference, an international press conference afterwards, asking for his release. And he was finally released. And he sought to come to see me to thank me. And I told him it was not necessary. I didn't do it because of that. No, I thank you. We're not here to take glory or to be acknowledged or to be thanked. No. When I was sworn in as governor, 2022, I'm our governor, second governor, first one. You don't know any other. As well as I did, within 2-3 months, I went there to see him. A BG now, a DSS camp. And of course, I confronted him. If some of these criminals in his name, in the name of Biafra, not in the camps, all over, killing and raping our people in his name. And he told me that they are an abomination. I'm quoting him. That it was an abomination. And I came out and declared amnesty to them, and I told them, Potani Mafia, send me Mafia, Potana Madade, Bini Mafia. Only criminals are there. They are kidnappers, they are criminals. And if you stay in the camps, bushes, and you are maiming and harming and killing people, if we see the mother, the mother will see mother above all. Dangerous idolatry. Yes, I'm going to jump back if there are some excesses. And occasionally there are. Don't deny that. In the world, you find these excesses every now and again. True or false? Black Lives Matter, Mankind Movement, and so on, all about security agents. Yes, occasionally there might be. But sometimes you also realize some of these bad people are really evil. You beg them, madam, beg you. If we win, you'll have so money up for the day. I'm more evil. World War 12, I'm along there with the game. What are you on? Some of us are there for but I never made for them. And for the sake of an evil, this evil must end. This evil must end. We'll fight them, the criminals, and we'll fight them with everything. We'll fight them with everything. Can they pose us Ebola Palazzo? I now complain. And then goes the book of Lamentations. No, I read the book of Psalms. Not the book, on that part of the Bible I like. Wait for that book of Lamentations. Come on, take over Psalm. Huh? Nah. Afro people and the Buro Bundi or Naija Buro Bundi. I got that for you come each for them. We have to draw the line. We put down on the evil, the darkness, or the light. I am about the light of the nation. I am about the light of the nation. And we must pursue light. Light and darkness cannot mix together.
So in the communities, we're trying to liberate. When I assumed office, 8 local governments were in total, these criminals were in total control of them. Keep the liberate those communities in Afro skulls, Afro skeletons, and Afro. Hi. Okoko, Rapolo Mabulia, you took a belito. Limite. Well,
I solution.
I want to now, Biko, thank you very much. I am happy in a deal go with the Kakachi if I hope. Macan Ki could actually now put us in a number. Gagan Tolly get off. Oh, Gagan Tolly off. You're a guy like what you are. Because then that's what my brother now actually asset number. You know, but very seriously, this is a very important thing. And you raised a very fundamental issue. I've talked about it in Lagos, in many places, that our people must be able to say, I'm asking for this service, I'm asking, this is what I paid as tax. So that you have a stake. It's not where you have it, you know, that man has said, see the other one can, the other one can. I know it in years on offer. Okay, when you stake, all you stake, you will hold as an stakeholder. And when you think you will stake before you hold. Okay? That's the point he has made. And we can create that framework so that Anna Lurana, I think, taking note of this, also if it's in my new internal revenue service, a designer, so that our people going in diaspora will be able to pay tax. I know everyone on our back. Several of you are paying direct and a lot of going for private business. A lot of corporates here. Anyway, God didn't come when there when you're on my back. You're on equal not to the more than that work. Oh, when people are back, Natalia. Well, when I got me by a year, when I did a you go for an go for 1 month or 2 months. Okay? I go on when I say to an aunt to near. You know, I told you get there, back again. What do you? I can't get to me. What it was, all of us never were all best of passage. On the men get each day, get for minus. You know, that year to his own 6 feet. All right. But you want, on that day when you are going, you should go with some level of satisfaction that I did my best. So, because we're going to that railway line, thank you very much for that. What they are in easy. I'm prepared. Come on, man. Only a direct and near the area. Olureba, hey, Konenka. They go on there. I will take my. The Jabba, get a car. Hey, my. So, I dog it together. But I'll put what you go. On the run and neighbor, or to near a problem. Well, I don't do that. high. But now I can get together. So now, how many have you been here? Because the CPCS of Canada has helped draw the rail master plan. The first set, this is Oka cross one, just in the wing, I put a blog, I think because of where you link back to Oka, most like a belt where connecting these ones. Now, with spaces for spores, it was a sinker, called for a back. That first phase, IAP, I'm going to get cost about 1.4 billion. Agree. And in 4 years in number, they spent around 1 billion in 4 years. All you did if any then can spend in the next 3 years plus, we're going together. Before you fair bad and I'm saying, so, Maka, on your moment, on your poor body and beginning. So, they do Uncle, go around whatever. You can go when they want to get one phone call or when network, they got what I think or whatever. But but if I get another bit, but more than 6,000 houses will give way. But I'm Cabo Bellion. Never going to get that guy. So, Cabo is very expensive, but all the less compared to Abonyota Kaina. And as soon as I foreign more cheaper, we'll try to afford it. I'm passionate about it. That's big that. Simon, yes, power supply, especially in the villages, that's very key. But the issue of state IPPs, fair enough, but let me also say something. Because when you talk about state IPPs, like where? Like where? Omalebe state IPP, independent power plant built by state government. That one is not a private company. That's built by Professor Barton, and it took him 20 years to build it. It took him, Professor Barton, 20 years to build the Aba his geometrics. To build the Aba. Now that is where we now have the gas master plan. We have developed the institution. We have our own Anambra State Electricity Regulatory Commission. People by world-class talents. They have produced the master plan, they have produced the regulatory frameworks for private investors to come in. We have the gas master plan also done by one of the major oil companies. They just finished. So we have those now ready. It shouldn't take 20 years like it took for Sunlight to build the power plant. With what we now have, plug and plug, some grid sectors can, make 20, 30, 50 megawatts and so on and so forth. Quite easier. So anyone who is ready, we are ready tomorrow. We have the plans, we have the regulatory framework, we have Anambra electricity market. Everything is set. We're now going to the next stage, and which is the investment, getting into investment grade, and then where we need to go. And if we find credible private capital, it's not going to be from state current revenue to go and build that. You need the entire resource you have for I don't know how many years to be able to go to and get into that. And the lead time, depending on the size and what you want to build, because some of them have already built a power plant in there, and they put them parts here, fix it. You have to order, and they will manufacture them within the lead time or get them. But I can tell you that a whole lot is ongoing in terms of trying to optimize the existing infrastructure. There are distribution networks, transmission lines that are more important, that were being fixed, working with First Power. We have an MOU with First Power that's owned by DEDC and so on. So all I can tell you, Bona, the electricity bit, well, a whole lot, including, I must say, part of the thing we are working on, that there will be a law soon to help with that. Because when you're not even invest, you may invest. I think you may water. The supply is there and the farmer will. It will only take a few days and you will fall. Huh? Yeah. The issue. No, I get you. There is the issue about this estimated billing. We are addressing it. Because ultimately, where we need to be is that everybody needs to have a meter. Isn't it? Yeah. Everybody needs to have what?
A meter.
So, or name one, you may get it. These are the issues that we are dealing with, as it were, to assist the private investors. If you want to come and invest, DBI will, I don't know, what is that you are here? People from Mozobo. Everybody in on a band A or band what? Going on band B. Band D. Okay, we'll go here. So we'll go the way. Okay. Yeah, because band A gets priority, then and they pay higher, and so on and so forth. But where I must tell you, the very first point to be made is that the electricity sector countrywide faces fundamental challenges that have built up over decades of low investment in that sector, gotten out of where we are. To be able to add the institution for us to be able to escape where we should be every day. And I bet in the coming years, surely, even in Jagade, Qatar, that's all I can say. Fire station, yes, they are international airport, seaport. Of course, Enugu is an international airport, you know that. Well, it is there. Now they have begun to have some flights going off and back. But there is also the other dimension. It's important for us to know. When I said the Ifemela and Igbo, you think about the generation to the past. Many are the Echia, many are the Wataria. About also Nabai. About also. We're designate Aina Pankata Imonokita. We designate Lenugu International Airport. What they go? Where am I? Ethiopian Airlines began. Daily flight. Oh yes, on the buy na travel, on the buy like Far East there. Question better, baby. On the buy years yo. But I find in Lagos and Abuja. Maybe don't have people. On the buy na travel, on the buy na Lagos and Manaus. Okay? So, a bit from daily flight, what are that 4 days. Senior had that 3. Tomorrow to come on now, can I feel it on that? I might FMT, of aviation fuel, what got they want? A job and I jump on, get them busy, get the beef, but about Lagos now. It's just that simple. If I'm alive, and I will start a couple and that's why we're working very hard to want to reverse the narrative. And that's why the issue of law and order is where we're number 1. What's the restaurant there? Manon guy and the Monday sit at home, can fly by to Anambra on a Monday. And you know that our airport is designed Anambra International Cargo Airport. Okay? People go the airline. You just flight there. And where people that they are afraid to fly on a Monday. Local flight. Are they filming on a Monday? International airline. So all go there. And the earlier I realized earlier, and they are not waja. If you come the work. So, yes, you are not designated on a river port, port of destination and origin, and so on. What is remaining? When the president came May last year, also even year. And they agreed that the federal government would do everything to dredge the Niger. I dredge, bash it, Azoka. Okay, I'll go yellow. Now, what are the people now? Okay. Last bridge. Thank you. Electricity, no problem. Okay. Security, no problem. But, you know, 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, we was celebrated a mass return. And they celebrated almost an anniversary that Nafama was the safest community in Anambra. I know that because I'm a beaver, I know so break over. So everyone knows that. Can you get them? You put the hand in the man of I will sit down. You put the hand in my hand. If you go out jam to other jam, it is a new. But let me just wrap up and then shut up so we can I have that themselves. Michael of I partner with those in real estate to invest. Of course, yes, we are open. No, if get and go to Libya, show us the money. For those in Nigeria, there will be 1 year. And another platinum gold. I had a 1 year in our foundation. You will need to get to a level of irreversibility. I get irrevocable letter of comfort that can enable you to raise the financing, but will clear milestones. You know the milestone, then we'll now give you final CFO. But we can give you irrevocable letter of comfort that we're doing this contingent on you meeting A, B, C, D. Once you meet them, we'll give you that and you come. Ọtụtụ na-abịa, German my partners, $5 billion, $10 billion. Just one year and the difference there. Let's just get over solution now. Was all the apple for your 1 and 11. That's all. One night. Yes. Oh my Lord, if yes, but for now, if vote. From here, Ward 1 and Ward 2. And people are here and say, the Lord Ward out. The Porana and I am Menka, Sayos was get all Ward 1, okay, 1,000, Ward 2, okay. Onoma. However, don't stretch it. Don't stretch it too much. Okay, but all Ward 1 and 2, okay, 3,000 plus votes. So Nanka Ward 1 to have 4,000 plus. Okay, just as comparison. 18. Just 18. Nanka never okay, they are not going to 4,000 plus 1 ward. Okay. I don't be as well. But my that's just a more what was Mepus is in the weekend. So Mepus is a man of one. And all one on the vote, they will fly over. And the women can also see Mbauku. Okay, sir. You win. Okay, let me campaign. Now, Dubai, Taiwan, about that. Not even there. But also encore kita. I want to buy Taiwan. I have to great but anyway, one night I call I go when one walk where can with the money I know. The Prophet Cabana no Eva, one other royalty. Now, you soon know John not that. You see, let me tell you, even from the north abroad and the Befarachi not that this last Christmas, the families not that. The children, and the thing now from a lot of people, but that their children, even from abroad, now, Papa, now alone Nigeria, actually the fun city, no, okay?
Yes, so, yes.
And throughout that period, from 22nd of December up until 15th of January, the average daily attendance was a little bit over 10,000 per day. People were coming from all surrounding cities, and I can have different years of we must make Anambra a destination. A destination. And I have others in Abadia, others in Gabia. As for youth organizations, you can have various communities, of course.
one of you where one central Anambra youth, every village where they are on, every community where they are on stuff ongoing. My brother here, IPOB, I am on I will go second of the year now. But then in a minute. I don't know where you exactly perform about to them, and I cancel that. Hey, well, I've got much space about it, but I'm not a back.
Allow, these are our youths.
One, no. Oh, when come out there. Yeah. Some of y'all that see about Canada. But he dead. Ada Janaira. Now, thank you very much. I think, yes. While in the guy now, what they move back about their neighbor, it's a popular demand. So, now, why they are doing it? Family requests, which is about this PPCP, Public-Private Community Partnership. Public-Private Community Partnership. So also someone that wrote a note from here now. Also now from Uli community here. They are writing us requests. That e-money wanted to do, and I think the local government chairman discouraged him from do that and so on. And they are ask the local government chairman to go and do another road, Yarabuka, e-money, Lokapunka. I think that's a very simple, straightforward one, isn't it? I mean, like I said, that shouldn't be complicated. I'll talk to the local government chairman. Yeah. I will talk to the local government chairman because, let me tell you, in law, then here the local government, Agaro, you will lay down running the Jeba, Mamosia. So when came well, also when you go to the drainage, a private person, I guess in the actual because thank you, sir, and you also. But we're not even there. The private person should be the first person to choose. You choose one non-cultural level. But everywhere found hundreds of roads to do. And you don't have the money to do even 10% of it. If somebody comes and picks one, even if you have begun that one, thank you, and your choice of tens not in the priority list. So if someone has offered to do that, we should ask the chairman, then you have the next priority. I'll get from one the list. Okay, communities next set the list cancel it. Whatever, then I'm gonna get that off my head. Down. I will not very fast. Now more I'm on the other I will see that really ever. It would really there now. And where many roads to be done there. And let me amplify this. I must not end without thanking the Anambra
who have gone on this public-private community partnerships. Government alone will not do it. The resources in the hand of government, 3% of the income they are under. The other 97% are in private hands. Therefore, if we want to accelerate the pace of our development, the private individuals, corporates, and communities must come. That's why we say public-private community partnership. And I want to thank all the Anambra billionaires and millionaires who have stepped up to be counted. Oh, the commission rose. Soon, SM Nebo Odobu 12 kilometers. Or net even or India Odobu. Opolo Nebo then Ebola. Maziani Ebola then. I'm well, Abra Laziana and Ejegom communities to commission kilometers and kilometers of roads. Even the e-money I mentioned on it, he was telling me he has completed about 7 or so kilometers, and he wants to do more. Some other people, Tony Mans of blessed memory, once had the record of doing about 18 kilometers in Nemi, his community. Then someone, Ikenga, Umawolo, not just Umawolo, but adjoining communities, they have done about 30.5 kilometers. Okay? Then Chico of Adaziani. The last I went to commission, he was at 16 point something. And he was saying, now they are being Tony Mas. To Agano, and then I figure, I did my batted to commission some. If I got this Christmas, I commissioned about 5 point something kilometers. Avalanche also has done several kilometers. There's a young man also from Ozobo. A young guy must be in his 30s who had done several kilometers as well. We went on IT business. I was there to commission about 6 kilometers Zepco had done. And he's setting to do a lot more. And so on and so forth. Even now when they will commission, I think 2 kilometers and so. So this is going on all over Anambra. And I appreciate Beni and Mia. They realize that the spirit of Anambra. That is the spirit of getting. I saw some club members. I went for a funeral. I went into a tent. And there were all these heaps, and somebody was introducing them, and he said there are 200 and something that they are all billionaires. I said, aha. So each person here has at least a net worth of 1 billion. So well, you look at Messi Magic. The only way to get him up by 1 kilometer. So some of them there were raising their hands and saying, I am a God. And I was acknowledging, yes, Federal Commissioner, no question on here. So when you came for the commissioner, I am now, I said, now, billionaire, well, but otherwise, it cause of and number buying it, possible mother engineer go, a month, a unit. Well, 1,000 where they go. I said, about 1,000 or 1,000. No more than I said with the passbook here. So no, what I'm like, a billion, trillion, blah, blah, blah. No, why there with the passbook here? What's the job now? No, I'm there, while you're there, while the road, man and car, whatever. I appreciate Anambra here. let me tell you, if we set our mind to it, even the women after the Civil War, even the Anambra Mego, and we build the most developed countryside of any state in the country. We have the most developed countryside. Our villages are no villages. Our villages are just ordinary villages. In fact, they have mansions. They have anywhere on Anambra. On Anambra, individuals are tens of kilometers of roads. Anambra. Well, I don't know of any other places where you find us. I only find the Anambra. And when we set our mind to it, there are any state, even the see if we get, before you go number 1, go number 2, go number 3, you got to go to Anambra. Well, so, how come? Why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we then turn our homeland to be that ultimate destination? If we set our mind to it, at the shortest possible time, Anambra can be anything that we will it to be. Anambra can be anything that we will it to be. And all I say to you is, come, let's build together. Come, let's accelerate the transformation. And come, let us sustain the transformation for generations unborn. Get a deal with one another. So, I want to appreciate all of you. Get us in the air, are we ready? Yes. And yeah, my father is here. The government, no. Governor, we put back at the bank and we will vote government over the village. Yeah, nothing World 1. What about World 1 or 2 days? Go now, highest. No. I mean, strictly speaking, Nanka World 1 came third in the United States. They came, Georgia came second. Okoko came 1. Local Ward 6 came first, followed by Ethiopia, followed by Nanka Ward 1. So that's the record. So, I repeat, it's a farmer, get an economy and forward 1, forward 2. Farmer, come on, Nanka, yes, sir. Question also one.
My name is Engineer Chinedu Obidi. And Your Excellency, I have 2 important questions I said I was going to ask you. Any day I come across. The way security, everybody understands, especially anyone in the Western world, we understand that security I can go beyond Abraham or beyond Utoria and My question is this: is there a particular reason why Anambra State security, where Mayor operates to function in the form of Udogachi without making it to be technologically driven? Because the truth is, if security in Anambra State is technologically driven, I can walk down, short wire down, track immediately within 5, 10, 15 minutes. But at the moment, I don't think no one ever such a thing in Anambra State. Even though Anambra anywhere long-term goals, but there are still low-hanging fruits that we can benefit from today, from next week, without waiting for the long-term goals. That's number 1 question. Number 2 question is on house. You've made mention that there were so many plans for house. Before coming there, I tried to even find out what has Anambra State done in house. In September last year, you said you commissioned 10,000 housing units. You said Anambra, I saw it in Punch News, I saw it some other people. They commissioned that they were going to do 10,000 housing units for workers. Now, the point is this: 10,000 housing here. I've worked with Balimo here. Balimo is a developer here, and since the 80s till today, he's been developing an area in London called Silvertown. From these 80s till today, Balimo has only been able to do about 8,445,000 flats. Now, when I saw 10,000, being somebody not in construction and all that, I was like, this
just don't even waste our time. I didn't say so. I don't know who.
I didn't say you said. I said I saw it in Punch.
I'm just telling you what you saw. It's fake news.
I saw it.
Okay, so let's move on.
My question is this: what are you doing in terms of housing? The projects we run here, one single site every day has 1,000 workers. And it is something, if you can push your administration.
You are wasting our time.
Trust me.
Sorry, you are not wasting our time.
No, I'm trying to give you an idea.
Please, are you right now? Please, my friend, you are wasting our time. Can you take the microphone? Please, you will just get out here, help here. Sit down, please. No, I won't answer you now. Because you have it that way, I won't answer you again. Sorry. You have to, part of the discipline is that you have to play by the rules. We have finished the questions, I just obliged you. Then you go out to give lecture. You just ask your question and shut up.
Go, go, go.
Can you make him arrange for photo opportunity? Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay. Because we will round up. And then later the question, we got all the questions and in this part, we'll get back to them. On behalf of the whole Ethiopia in diaspora, I say thank you very much. Thank you, Governor.
Thank you. Appreciation to Mr. Governor. Not senatorial zone. Anyone? Anambra North, senatorial zone. No one? On your north?
Thank you very much, His Excellency, Professor Ludo. Honorable NDU, the Development Union, UK and Ireland Chairman, and the Indigenous Diaspora Chairman also. I think I've lived on a different talk and do it. He's just a way I submitted the people. I think what the people are not going to certificate. Christophe and Lebo, people, Anna, Abamit, I was when I now so I think a former catching a do there is no one. Not far Jesus.
Governor Chineke, money and which animal, what to do with you try by your now, what we are not about to hear that, Namaya UK. Thank God, me put them. Because Central, only Central, because the person of the former president of EU Ambassador UK,
Thank you so much, Mr. Governor. Professor Chukwumacha Soludo, CFR, Executive Governor of Anambra State. You are very supportive, beautiful wife, Madam Naya Soludo, and your beautiful daughter. Thank you so much. All protocols duly observed. Mr. Governor, it is said that when a good economist with strong leadership and integrity governs, the people can rejoice.
Thank you.
I'm an economist like you, sir. The idea is that an economist is trained to manage resources, planning, growth and understanding markets. And today, Anambra people are rejoicing. So thank you so much, Mr. Governor. We cannot thank you enough. I want to thank you from Oka. The things you did in Oka, oh my days. I went to Oka, I can no longer recognize my city. Is it the Kingdom Mall? I don't know where to start. Thank you, Mr. Governor. And our prayer is that the Lord will continue to keep you. I'm also supposed to appreciate the planning committee members in the person of our chief of staff. I will still call him our chief of staff, Honorable Ernest Ezaji. Thank you so much. Lady Blessing Obi Allison, a very powerful woman in UK. And my humble self, Honorable Chukwumara, the secretary of the planning committee. Chief Oke Emeroide, thank you so much. Honorable Peter Sympathy, incoming. Honorable Ekelemosu, Mayor Kate Anolue, and Honorable Ralph Abom. Thank you so much for putting this together. And thank you, Anambra, for coming out to support our governor. Thank you, and God bless. And all the presidents of all the town unions that we assembled together to plan this and make it a success, please come out, let's appreciate you. Okay, the governor said not yet. Please, our governor said not yet. Thank you.
I just want to make just final remark, and that is to add my voice in appreciating you. Appreciating all the members of this committee that put this together. All of you done an amazing job. See, I come from this constituency. I know how easy or how difficult it is to organize this kind of event. I know. I appreciate it. I'm on Wembley, much of I used to live in the Beltway, the Washington area, Maryland, Virginia, DC. And several events I tried to organize. And the things that people have tried to organize elsewhere. And it was eager, and so on. I deeply appreciate it. And I appreciate all of you who came on time. Who came on time. Because this is the Anambra, you say, okay, to this place, who Googled it and checked, and it was given on 25 minutes. But because it was scheduled for 4, I was insisting on being here 5-10 minutes to 4. I wanted to be seated here 5-10 minutes to 4. I was set by 3 to leave. They kept calling me, Ernest kept calling, Blessing kept calling. Because delay poor. I said, I ain't achieved that. Because delay poor. I delayed it 3:30. I put that because delay poor na traffic. That's it. That's it. I thought we planned this. But anyway, I thank all of you who, in spite of the traffic, in spite of the busy day, today is supposed to be a holiday, isn't it? We're supposed to be rested. For me too. I thought, because this is literally my first time since MS Labor, I thought now maybe today I was just going to just sleep. It's a promise made and we'll have to keep it, and that's why we're here. And I'm so excited seeing all of you. And all the questions and the suggestions, and I want to end where one of the pleas that I made before. Aging quite a chunk. Suggestions and so on and so forth.
said to go, the more the letter, a package you give me a dobby and I'm here. Get my friend, the drive a house. Get it? Gambia. So,
My Excellency, I'm not happy with the embarrassment. You are doing something how do you do that?
It's okay.
It's okay. Jerry said that governor address, yeah? It's okay.
Well, you see, let me pay attention. You know, the reason, get on this, I will tell you, because I had closed that chapter, I came back to it for a reason. I came back to it for a reason. Okay? And the reason I came back to it is to make a point. We had as an order for the first this thing in heaven. We started this and we set out them a question and there was a time for you to ask your question. They came to me several times. I'm the type, I can stand for 5 hours taking your questions. I'm a teacher. And when they got there 2, 3, I said, no, let them ask. And I kept writing. I wrote 2 pages. So I kept writing until they now came and said, no, just take it, because otherwise this will never end. So the time for questions ended. Okay? It was now time for me to respond. Now I finished. I was just finishing. I knew when they stopped taking questions, I looked in the audience, there were still more than 20, 30 hands up. But the organizer said, that's it. Okay? And asked me to respond. Then I was responding. We had now finished responding. Then he stood up and kept, insisting that he needed just to ask this question. Okay? So the teacher in me was what came out. No, leave him. People were shouting from here, more like we have finished. So the teacher in me, I said, no, let's hear him. Whatever it is, let him voice it out. Now he began. You talk the one of security, I noted it down. Then was hanging. First you were supposed to, he said question. When you ask the question, now you began the lecture on it. Gone. And then everybody was waiting. The second one about housing. You didn't just, you started with punch, this and that and so on. Meanwhile, you are already out of season. It's no longer the time for questions. We are closed. And everybody else was waiting for you. He finished answering the question about what are you going, then you go into the lecture about how housing, each apartment, how many workers required to work at this. Come on. There is order. And we are supposed all to sit here and be doing well. And so what I did for me was to call you to order. You are now out of order. You have gone beyond the rare privilege. You jumped the queue for everybody else because you stood up. Because for you to stand up in the first instance, they ought to have pointed at you to give you the permission. But you stood up. And so I said, this person must have something, and you had a point. Okay, no. You said something about security, I noted.
But when you now left your question to go into lecture, wait. We were all listening to you. Okay? So, it was at that point that we had to call you to order. That you are now exceeding the bounds. Okay. And short response to you. Security, we've noted what you said. We've gone beyond what you are discussing. You don't know what we are doing. And that's the question, the issue you raised. Your premise is wrong, and therefore, I don't need to discuss the extent of our technology and surveillance system that we have in this kind of place. I don't need to discuss it. So I just noted it, and I didn't comment. It's when you went into the lecture on housing, about what one unit, how many persons, how many people it will employ. And I said, you are derailing. Okay? Now on that, on what we are doing, and I had already responded to somebody who had asked something about coming to invest with regards to housing. And I also made a very important point about, first of all, I cut you short and told you that whoever announced government was building 10,000, that it was false. Government did it. Didn't I? That conversation ought to have ended there. That is it. We didn't. We didn't say it. That conversation ought to have ended. But now, if you go into any place, and this is for all of us, for me and for everybody else, there is a season for everything. And there is order. There must be order. When you get into an event, the organizers have the rules. They organize it. I didn't stop taking questions. I was told, Governor, now respond. And I did. And after that, there shouldn't have been another. Are you getting me? Yes. So I'm saying this because next year, by the grace of God, we'll have another one. And the organizers must set rules. And we must all comply to their rules. When they set it, we abide by them. If they say 10 persons to speak, whoever they choose, so on. There are some people who met me here, while we were going here, to ask, oh, he couldn't get to me, I was sitting at the back. And then asked, and I said, please, I like your suggestion, put it down. So I appreciate everyone. If you have any suggestion to make, that's why I came here. I don't know how many governors have done this in the past. Okay? I came here to say, I'm open. I want to learn. I want to get your ideas. And to say, look at what I'm carrying home. People sat down, wrote pages, a page or two, as their suggestions. Those who couldn't ask their own publicly. So I wanted to make this, to respond to this bit so that we can set the rules straight. Next year, the rules are clear. Otherwise, if you have something to, it would also now, because of this, it will be nice next year. If you have a preconceived question, because he started by saying, there are questions he said that any time he sees me, he would ask me. If you have such questions, you know what? Write them down. If you have suggestions that you say, anytime I say the governor that you couldn't send to me, I have only one phone. I have only one phone, and that's the number I have on my WhatsApp. Well, of course, you could imagine. Since we came here, then in our home since I got an animal, we open a peak. I'm on the phone in a silent mode. And thousands call me on a daily basis. Okay? So you must appreciate, I want to apologize for those trying to reach me and you're unable to do so. It's not because we don't want to. It's because 99% of the time I am at events or meetings. And my phone is permanently on the silent mode because I consider it rude when you are in meetings, you'll be answering
for, I mean, it appears rude to the people you are meeting with.
Excellency, sorry, the gentleman failed to be here because he said to me,
Okay. Okay. Now, so I think so. I apologize to you two guys who said if you are trying to reach me and it's not possible to reach us, then so be it. Okay? Whenever I can. So I think no, that's okay. That's okay. Even no be organized, you get way for Obona. Go Obona Makana, MSI, I am a road there. One over on the Fabia. Okay? So I want to appreciate you. I think you are all lined up here. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you. And for those of you who have come from far and near, thank you very much. And on the far line of that we are going to have a photo here. No problem. I am here for the next few minutes. Hey, MCI. This one, come on, in Aluzienka, I think yes, thank you very much, and God bless all of you. God bless Anambra State. God bless Nigeria.
Hello? Can we keep it low, please? Can we keep... Calm down, everyone, please. There are a few... Okay. Order, please. Hello, Pico Air. When we are planning this event, there is something that came up. We're able to find out that we have presidents of different unions, different communities in Anambra State. We put them together in one forum